what's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 1 of the new series. I'm sure y'all are pumped, both my new and old viewers. I'm sure y'all are excited. Now, couple things I gotta bring up before we start this one off, okay? I goofed a little bit, okay? When we were first starting to record this, we may have done an attempt, and it may have got muted like 10 seconds in, and then we had no audio for the rest of the time. But, like, I don't see how that's my fault, all right? Like, it might be. But I don't know. So this is technically our second attempt at the first session. So if you hear us joking about this being our first time doing it, that's what we're referring to. Had to get that out there. Now, the second thing of note is this is Greed's first time DMing. Now, I do want to clarify, all right? Don't let that scare you off because he's goaty throaty, okay? He's a great storyteller as it is, and he does an awesome job of just DMing both the characters, all the NPCs, any of the environmental type stuff. He does a wonderful job. Now let's talk about the goods, okay? Let's discuss the things y'all came here to talk about. All right, and that is our 3 beautiful characters that we got going for us. All right, Tayo, Bara, and Ichiro. Okay, the absolute units. You're going to get some of their backstory, but to kind of cue you in so you have a good idea going in, they're basically all Jinchuriki, which is a little insane having a team full of Jinchuriki, but not in the way you think. It's more of like divine blessings, but I'll give you a chance to find that out in the series. Not only that, but they come from the Land of Waves. They're actually in the bottom island, a somewhat not super rich, wealthy area, and you'll come to find out a lot of their backstories as you go, but that's the general idea. These 3 pseudo-Jinchurikis are going to fight their way through the world, figuring out what to do, how to do it, when to do it, why to do it, where to do it, all those good questions. So I hope you'll enjoy this episode, and I'm going to talk to y'all in the next one. Peace out.
Glad this is the first time we've come, and this is session 1. How's everybody doing? Everybody got their character?
So good.
Yeah, I'm ready for session 1. But wait,
red.
let me make sure I actually am ready. Yes.
Just to get this out of the way, I wish that I had redos on all my D&D sessions. That would be very nice. And I have a theory also about what actually happened with the supposed audio issues that were spoken of.
I can show you the video, but continue. But continue.
I'm sure you've created all sorts of evidence for your
team there. Yeah.
But your goal is to suck out of all my luck out from that last session. And
agreed. You did waste a lot of rolls that were so good.
That was not.
He had 20 plus on 90% of his rolls.
Yeah.
I rolled an insight check, and I know the truth, Blzane.
No, genuinely, I was so upset.
Excuse me. The Land of Fire is currently in turmoil. You guys would have known this is very popular news. It's making its roundabouts. And kind of the entire continent is in this power struggle. Very, very tense. Since Land of Fire was obviously like the leading country, I guess, or state or whatever. Now that it has kind of fallen down a peg, the entire continent is very, very war torn and very tense. Everybody's very, very on edge politically. That's not a bad roll. So we'll be starting off in the second land. We'll be starting off with this is first. All right, in a land far away, or maybe not far away. Who knows? 3 deities are gathered around this giant ominous circle, speaking to each other. The red one up top. Well, I'm glad we have come here today for this luxurious occasion. Have you guys decided to play my game? The giant man on the right speaks and goes, I find this competition quite intriguing, men. Yes, I have chosen quite the young man. The one below then utters, I do not see a reason why we must intervene with the mortals. They are of no particular importance to us. Divine rule forbids us even. The red one here. Yes, but who cares? They've long since stopped punishing us for things like this. We need
Who
entertainment.
cares?
Our realm is too boring. The one on the bottom. Very well. You are right. It's been quite boring recently. Very good. I guess we just need to add the proper ingredients. The red one here touches one of the rings. It starts spinning. The one on the right touches one of the other rings. It starts spinning as well. And the one on the bottom touches the last ring. And together they all kind of spin and make a portal. Right.
Shoo.
Bang. Starting in a torn-down village, the town of Azrael. The flames have mostly gone, the embers are still warm, and the pain of loved ones still remains. Scavenger bandits arrive to ransack the remaining buildings. They find trinkets, some treasures, but the only thing of importance they find are 3 children. The remaining children: 1 goes by Bara, the wannabe hero; 2, Ichiro of the sword; and last but not least, Tayo, the jutsu crafter. The bandits laughing maniacally as they walk to the unconscious children. One heading towards the north, one heading towards the south, and then one heading in towards this house over here. You can only imagine the maleficent deeds that these people will do with these children, especially in a war-torn country. As the first man begins out and reaches towards Bara, he starts convulsing in pain, foam forming at the mouth. The one touching Ichiro is suddenly impaled by his giant sword. And the last one, hearing the screams of his fellow comrades, knowing that something is wrong, starts running away. As he's running away, chains grab him by the left leg, then the right arm, then slowly to each of his limbs, burning him to nothing but a crisp and a strange purple flame. The children, while unconscious, have vivid dreams, their life flashing past them, the wrongs of others, their families, or lack thereof, the death of friends. And suddenly, as the light begins to get brighter, their hearts begin to get dimmer. It stops. They're all awake in an unknown place, staring at a gate. First up is Tayo.
That's me.
And that is an old token, but anyway. Mintaka looks down at you. I guess she greets you. Tells you that Mintaka is her name. I have chosen you as my champion, young one. I quite like your spunk, and your ability to create jutsu is a potential that I want to see increased, but you're missing something of character.
Yeah. Listen, lady, I don't know who the hell you are. And I kind of like step up, very defensively, trying to figure out what to do. Although, quite intimidated at the moment.
Don't worry. I know this is hard. You're not in the afterlife, at least not yet. This gate is separating that. But I'll give you a second chance at life. I've seen that you've met a lot of wrong deeds in your life, and a lot of wrong things have happened to you. I'll give you a second chance that in return, when I call for you, you will answer that call, and you will obey me and my will, as long as I give you this second chance in life.
She kind of huffs, not appreciating being controlled and told what to do, but understanding that she is in an afterlife situation here. Just kind of says, "Well, what do you need from me?"
That is all I needed. Quickly, these tentacles on the side start reaching for your arm. I just make a dex throw.
Okay.
If you care to dodge them.
Yeah, I don't think I would want to get grabbed by these. I think that's valid. Let's see. Oh, +0. Yes, sir.
All right. Yes, the tentacles, metallic in feel, grab you by your arm and start burning you. A severe searing pain. And Mintaka grabs her scythe here, puts it through the little holes in the gate, and cuts it off. The tentacle now wrapping around your arm and showing more in kind of like a chain design. Still burning and still hurting incredibly so. Do it. Ichiro wakes up. His gait's not looking so hellish. More in a taint of green, a tint of green, and sort of this aqua color. Ichiro, I think that's your earthly name. Wake up, feeling groggy, very sore. Your cuts are mostly, they're still open, but they're not bleeding, which you find rather weird. But the gates here are not as hellish as the others, and they're in a green, kind of aqua tint color. This giant man, followed by what is seeming like the head of some sort of tiger or lion like creature, looks down at you and goes, "Hello, I am Al Nilam. You will obey me from now on, and you as I will. Either that or die. Do you accept?"
Um, First of all, when he sees the situation, he's kind of grabbing for a sword on his back that's not there.
Mm-hmm.
And then once he realizes that, he's like, uh, okay. Don't think I have much of a choice.
You don't. I will give you back your sword. I quite find an interest in you. Swordsmanship is starting to be second tier. Most people are focusing on random magic. It's all a bunch of. Anyway, swordscraft is everything to a warrior, and you are one that I deem as such. We will now
Thank you.
become. We will now become kin, you and I. You will be a subordinate of mine, but we will have a bond, a warrior's bond stronger than blood. I do not mean you any ill harm. I just wish to see your potential through. Your death cannot be executed now. You will be returned to the land of the living, and I will call upon you. You have no choice in this matter. And he kind of the strange tiger lion looking thing kind of like hurls itself towards the gate, and right as it makes contact, you go unconscious once again. Okay. Now for Bara. This one seemingly more heavenly in nature, the gate anyway. You see this giant, benevolent looking deity, it seems, kind of looking down, tending to your wounds through a finger, kind of like through the gate. As you wake up, she doesn't really respond once you wake up.
Bara looks up and says, I'm dead?
Almost, but not quite. See, I need you for something, young Bara. I need you to be the hero that you've read about. And can you do that for me?
Bara looks very excited, sort of sits up straight, gives a polite bow, and says, I accept this task, great lady.
Perfect. I knew you would. Listen, there's gonna be two nincompoops that you're gonna have to take care of. They're connected to my own nincompoops. Let's just put it this way: you're gonna be the caretaker of them. They're not the smartest, and they're not the most logical, but you're gonna be the hero they need.
Bara nods and says, beauty's nothing without an eye to behold it.
Of course, Bara. All right. just I know you're starting to feel a little sleepy. Just don't force yourself. Fall into it back gently. And she does some sort of hand sign, and you start feeling very drowsy. You can decide to not accept it if you want.
Bara very gratefully falls backwards into what she imagines as a big fluffy cloud.
Yes. If you do not resist, you kind of fall unconscious, and clouds slowly start gathering around you. You don't have a harsh fall or anything, and thus,
So, may I just say, how dare you? I have a whole 8 in intelligence.
yep, it was a 5 back then.
Sheesh.
Actually, five in ability score to be clear, not a +5. Let's all so we're clear. All right. So in this room, having been the kind of gentlest one, Bara wakes up first.
Bara, seeing this, they're both in here with me. Perfect. Okay. Bara immediately goes to check on both of them with her medical abilities.
Yeah, and you can go ahead and roll for both of them. Actually, just roll one of them. We'll count.
Okay.
25. Okay, see, he's still going.
The good rolls were gone.
Not yet. Yeah, from Tayo, you can gather that her arm is very scarred up, but it has been tended to rather well. With a 25, I'll say her chakra network's also fine. Ichiro has taken on more physical hits, but they all seem to be mended quite well, at least to a above average degree. They both seem to be doing physically fine. Tayo may be a little mentally roughed up and physically roughed up a little bit more than Ichiro, but for the most part, fine.
Okay. Bara will attempt to wake both of them up.
Okay. You can just roll another medicine check.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you choose one to wake up first?
Yeah, Bara would choose Tayo to wake up first.
Tayo wakes up in kind of. Her arm feels like really bad.
Okay.
Like it is fine. There's no tenderness to it per se, but it just feels like all the chakra on that arm is like
almost overloading to a point.
Yeah, it's overloading. Okay. Like it is a burning sensation from the inside.
Okay, and then how? I'm assuming. How did Bara wake me up? Like, was it like a gentle, like kind of?
I don't know, Bara.
How'd you wake me up? Because this will affect her decision making.
As gently as possible. I mean, I would imagine maybe a little bit more than just shaking, since it seemed like you were really out of it. There might be like some like vapors or whatever, like some little herb or something I put beneath your nose.
Gotcha.
Smelling salts.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Tayo shoots up, looking around, very upsettedly. You're concerned. And I look at you and I'm just like, oh, who the hell are you?
Bara gives a little bow and says, I'm Bara. I'm your new companion, and I think this guy is our third member.
Right. As I turn and look at Ichiro, I suppose I kind of like start to get that feeling in my arm. And I look down, feeling this pain, and I immediately start trying to rip these chains off of my arm, seeing them just wrapped around me. Assuming that's what's hurting me.
Yeah, the chains just don't budge.
Okay.
You get you really try your hardest on one attempt, and the chains, if anything, begin to tighten.
Okay.
During that, the kind of like the searing chakra feeling is still there.
Okay.
But it's equal. It didn't get mad at you or anything.
Okay. Yeah, with that, I kind of look up and I'm like, God, yeah, Not again. And I kind of just start to storm out of the room, running outside, ignoring everyone.
Bara would like to try to block her.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I'm mostly just trying to stand in the way. Is the idea?
Yeah. As you step in front of me, I don't like immediately use physical force, but I'm just like, listen, little girl. I don't know who the hell you are or where the hell I am, but I'm not getting enslaved again. And I try to kind of take a step like to the sides forward, trying to just walk by you. Like kind of here
I
ish.
was like, you can make a strength versus dex if you're really trying.
I'm not forcing my way through yet. I'm just kind of.
Bara stands firm. I mean, I'm not going to grab you.
Yeah.
If that's the question. But I do kind of like try to get in your way. Bara says, "Yeah, I don't know if it's safe out there yet, and we need our third member. You're not getting enslaved. We're friends. We're companions."
You're not not getting trust very easy. I guess I back up, kind of back to my corner that I was
Bara
at.
kicks Ichiro fairly hard.
Yeah, Ichiro wakes up.
He wakes up with a kind of jolt and immediately goes looking for his sword, not identifying anything else. He needs his comfort blanket.
Yeah, you see that your sword is on this desk over here.
He will grab it and then turn towards the two girls with
Seeing
it
that,
held
Bara
out.
will back up.
Yeah, seeing him grab his sword, I immediately like kind of pop. I pop a tome out of my hand, and you see this kind of pink fireball rise up around me. And there's a few of them. I'm just like, y'all better not make any sudden moves.
Yeah, as this is going on, you kind of hear a very light knock. Definitely not coming from this door, but it is like close enough that you think it's coming from the other room.
Bara, he quickly says to Ichiro, "It's okay, we're friends." And then outward toward the door, she opens the door a little bit and says, "Yes, hello, who's there?"
Ichiro
Yeah,
has a very confused look on his face.
I'm just
Like,
making sure
what?
no one's moving towards me. I'm just hard eyeing everyone.
just making sure you guys are alright in there. Heard a lot of noise. Is it okay if I come in?
Bara looks at Ichiro. Does Ichiro look like he's about to like try to kill someone?
No, he looks very much like he's gonna try and get you guys off of him. If you rush him, not actively.
Yeah, I think
being
are we
aggressive.
just like I think we're just Mexican standoff right now. Just
That's-
guns are pointed
Yeah,
at
pretty
each
much.
other. Just like
Bara, she says, "If you're friendly, sure. If not, please stay out."
as she says this, I just go, oh no, not another one.
Very well, here I come. And then he steps into this room and kind of fully unslides the doors and sees this Mexican standoff.
Well,
And
as
kind
soon
of
as he slides the doors, it's a step over here.
Don't move. As I turn and look at
Yeah.
Ichiro.
I this I guess we can show him again. He has a fairly decent kimono. It's not necessarily formal or high quality. It seems to be just his day to day. He is covered in bandages. The only thing that isn't covered are his eyes, his ears, and then some of his hair.
His little grippers.
And his little feetsies are also not covered. His little toes. So he looks at the three of you and just goes, "Did I? Maybe this is a bad time. Do you guys know each other?"
No, and I
No.
don't know who the hell you are either. Just scanning the room, making sure no one's making a step towards me.
So we're all really close friends, but we just don't know it yet. Who are you?
I'm the master of this estate. I happened to come along the three of you in the burnt down village. Okay. I can kind of catch you guys up on what's going on. I think you guys have just maybe putting the three of you in one room wasn't the best idea. That's on me. I'll take that. Regardless, if you guys would like some food and some tea, I can kind of catch you up on what happened.
As you offer the
Sure,
food,
puts away his sword you mind if I do my thing first, real quick?
Yeah, I was just like, as he offers the food, I just kind of, under my breath, I'm like, oh great, now just a random man offering us things. That was it. Just a little side comment.
Bara is looking over at the other two. She looks back at the guy. Does he look strong?
You make a perception check.
Bara making a perception check?
Bar is. Yeah, I keep forgetting that it just probably doesn't matter. Was it the
Yep.
20? Was it the 23?
It was,
Snickers?
yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. She's better at sleeping than she is at healing.
What you can tell, he doesn't seem very strong, but you sense that he is a very well trained and looks very fit. Probably very agile or very athletic looking build. As well, I guess you also do just get a 23, so you can see that in his eyes don't necessarily have like irises or pupils; they're just kind of glazed over, fully gray.
That's weird. Bara, addressing her new companions, says, "Well, listen. I'm a good healer. Okay, I can heal, and this guy needs a lot of healing. He looks pretty messed up. So, Mr. Man, I'll heal you if you give us the food with no tricks."
He kind of thinks to himself. He goes, "Yeah, okay, that's a deal we can make."
Bara gives a wink to Tayo, says, "I think it'll work. Trust me, I've done this before."
Tayo just looks at the situation,
Another
just
worried
goes,
look.
"You fucking freaks." Just kind of like stepping back, just being very uncomfortable.
The man kind of.
He's literally done nothing wrong.
I was gonna say the man kind of addresses Ichiro as he stands in front of him holding a sword.
He put the sword on his back.
I think he put the sword up.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you can feel free to stay in here, I guess, or follow me. I don't really have a preference. He kind of exits, opens the door, leaves it open, and will you follow?
Bara looks at Tayo, who is still acting very hostile. She says, "Listen, Tayo, I don't know what your deal is, but this guy, I don't think he's an immediate threat to us. And if he needs my healing, then that means we have something over him, right? So we should probably take advantage of that, unless you have some food that you're not sharing."
Hearing the logical
Shiro
side
will
of the
close the
argument.
door and step back over here, and is like, "Okay, we need to figure out whatever this is before we move on to the next topic."
Tayo, make a con check. Just
Okay.
like straight
A
up
con
Constitution.
save or like a
Just straight up Constitution.
okay. Constitution, I think it is 2. Yeah.
With a 20.
20.
Okay.
Just continue.
All right. Yeah, just continue.
All right. Hearing Bara's word, little concerned that Ichiro just closed the door there. But hearing Bara's words, the fireballs kind of dim a little bit. And I just go, all right, I suppose I'll trust y'all for now, but no one's standing behind me. And I kind of just, the fireballs slowly dim out and go away. But I do stay in the corridor, implying that I will wait for y'all to leave.
Bara nods and says, "Okay, Mr. What's your name, Swordman?"
Ichiro Kuru. Pleasure to meet you.
Bara.
Implying, nice to meet you, Miss Bara. And he will open the door back up and take a step out. The echo now.
Bara follows him, making sure that Tayo is following as well.
Tayo will follow just with like a gap behind, a healthy gap.
All right. Do we wind up in the food place?
Yeah, you guys kind of walk out of this building. Bara immediately rushes to the dinner table.
Unless
No,
we're
kidding.
okay. Well,
Bara said, "I'm starving."
Very good. You guys walk out. You see the man there waiting for you, and he kind of ushers you into the house. If you guys will join him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I will keep following, just with no one behind me.
Yeah.
Ichiro will take off his shoes at the door.
No shot.
He seems to acknowledge your kind gesture, and kind of opens this door here and points to the rather small table, definitely meant for like not 4 people, but he has made it work. And he goes, "Yeah, feel free to look around. Um, all the rooms in the house right here. For the most part, you can just kind of look around. I'm gonna make some food and some tea, so I guess feel free to get
real
to know
quick,
each. Yeah.
Bara takes a step forward. She says, "Just to make sure that we're on the same page and you don't think I'm trying to trick you or nothing." She takes out a small knife and cuts her hand, fairly deeply, and
Ichiro
quickly
gets a
heals
very
it.
worried face.
Quickly heals it with a very
Ah.
basic medical ninjutsu. She says and holds it up as evidence.
To which, yeah, he looks back at you and goes, "That takes some willpower. Okay. Consider it a done deal. I will give you guys more than enough food for. Sorry, I keep clicking. More than enough food for your adventures."
Insight check.
Okay.
Same.
Yeah, go for it.
I will say, when you did this, Bara, I don't know if you looked at Tayo at all, but she was kind of impressed by what she saw.
Oh my god! Oh wait,
Rolls
never mind,
below
it's
a
still
10.
16.
It's still a 16, but
Still
it's below a 10.
16.
That's embarrassing, is what it is.
It's
You.
embarrassing, he says.
Was Ichiro gonna roll one as well?
Yeah, one second. There.
12.
Disappointing.
I mean, yeah, he seems with a 16.
What are you trying to find out? That's my question.
Oh, I'm wondering if he's really intending to feed us food or if he's planning on poisoning and killing us.
Yeah, he's with a 16. He's definitely not planning to poison the food. You don't know if he was going to give you the same amount, or he just said he's going to give you more food, for the sake of getting on your good side, I guess. But he's definitely not planning to poison it.
Sure. Satisfied with this, Bara continues to the table and she glances back and says, "Okay, I think we're good."
I did a similar read, I'm assuming.
Yeah, with the 12, it's about the same. You just know he means well by it. That's all.
That's all Ichiro gets.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't think he was, oh my god, he's gonna poison us.
No.
You didn't nat one, you're fine.
Yeah, if you're not one, then yeah.
Well, the night's still young, so shush. Ichiro will put down his sword here and then step over.
Yeah, you guys hear this man kind of mess around with pots and pans and such, and hear the noises of cooking and smelling the aromas.
Yeah, as we walk in, I go in. I don't really sit down, but I kind of stand near the table. I just look at Bara and I'm like, that was a show.
Thanks. Dang, wait. Let me. All right. Beauty's nothing without an eye to behold it.
Yeah, for sure. I will say, I don't know about either of you two, but the whole stabbing yourself thing definitely at least makes me think you're maybe a good crazy.
I don't think there's any kind of good crazy.
You just haven't seen it yet. And I turn around and I kind of open the door, going to snoop a little bit, since he said we could explore the rooms.
Feel free to snoop.
Do a
Bara
little
looks back at
investigation.
Ichiro. Hey, maybe we should follow her to make sure she doesn't burn anything up.
Do you say this quietly
Uh,
or loudly?
Oh no, I do not attempt to hide it. No.
As I hear this, I kind of just poke my head through. I'm like, I have control of my powers. Thank you. And I go back to my investigating.
The chains on your arm
God
begin
damn.
to kind of hurt. Not the ensearing pain that you
Yes.
felt before, but
Yeah.
like if you hit a bruise moderately hard.
Okay. I feel this. I try to hide the pain best I can, and
I
step
would like
back
to.
in.
I'd like to see if I notice that. What would that be?
For
Performance from me. I'm okay with rolling that.
yeah. I guess a performance versus a perception.
Why'd you have to give me my? Actually, never
You
mind.
gotta
I
beat
forgot
a
my
5,
perception.
brother.
Yeah, you do great.
I'll
If
play.
I get
I'll
a
play
1,
this
I
roll.
still beat that.
Oh well, okay. For
well,
handshakes,
okay. Well,
I want to see how well I notice.
that's fair.
it does.
Good.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that.
Because I don't even I don't really know where that
Yeah,
pain was, right? Yeah.
No. You just know it was a location on your arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell that she's hiding some pain. And with a 5, you can tell that it's like it definitely is from her arm. She winced very hard. So you can tell that she still has some remaining pain on her arm.
Ara, I don't. Are you okay? And he'll kind of look to Tayo.
Yeah, look at him. It's like, yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
Okay.
And I just walk out.
And he'll kind of
I will not
lean
be-
over to Bara.
Will not be embarrassed.
As he leans over to Bara, he's like, I think something's wrong with her arm. You know, the one with like the chains and stuff? I don't know exactly what. She seemed kind of hurt.
Oh
Figure
yeah, that
you
looked
can do-
uncomfortable. But no, not medically relevant.
Huh?
Not medically relevant. It's fine. She's fine.
Sheila hit it with a a little uncomfortable. Alright, I would like to investigate this room while they're talking.
Yeah, go for it.
Y'all can keep chatting if you want.
Shiro is very confused by Bara saying the arm that's incredibly burned and wrapped around with a chain is not medically relevant.
So it's a normal room.
Fair.
Yeah, it's a normal room. You see that he has kind of have cups of tea everywhere. Not this one. I did ping that one, but not that one. But he does have mugs here and there. Man is an avid tea drinker. You can also see that this is kind of where he writes either letters or where he kind of leaves them after he's read them. This thing in the middle here is just kind of like a pencil holder.
Okay.
And it just has plants on each side and a little vase back here.
Alright. As if I have more time, I'd probably poke my head out the front door. I don't know how much time I got, but...
Yeah. By this time, he is almost done, so I guess everybody has one more thing if they want to do it. Yours will be looking at this. So
do you
looking
want
out...
perception, or is it just whatever? Nothing, not checking for anything?
You can roll a perception.
I was like, I'm not looking for anything in particular, just looking. Sick.
Cool. You don't open the door fully, so no. You see a large path made of tile, kind of head towards this. It slopes down, the stairs are you can infer that there are stairs further down.
Mm-hmm.
You do see kind of a pathway here, but you only really see the pathway.
Okay.
And that's all you see.
Okay. I suppose hearing
that was
finish up, I go back.
you do see the statues and here where lights would be.
Yes.
You do see the normal basic stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I know this is completely off topic, but I just now realized me and Bara's stat are HP and chakra are reversed.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
It was
Good old
just scaring me.
D10, D8, and then probably +2 con mod, right?
How'd you know?
The good old
How'd you know? You're crazy.
Classic.
classic, dude.
While Tayo is doing this, Bara would like to try to get a read on Ichiro. Yeah, just a general insight check. Just like I spend the minutes like observing him. If he tries to talk to me, that's fine. But I'm mostly just like trying to get a, Bara has had to learn how to judge people quickly in her time.
I
So
feel like after the whole medical conversation, he kind of just sat there awkwardly with his hands in his lap. Kind of. I don't know.
Yeah,
Kind
if
of hard
he's
to do
hiding
that when you're
anything,
sitting.
if he's hiding anything, you can roll an insight. If Ichiro seems pretty just vibing, I guess he can just tell you what he thinks then.
You could roll an insight check to see how much I tell you.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to give you free information.
I get rolled.
Well, you better give him your life story, so chalk it up.
He seems incredibly panicked and mournful and very terrified of everything that's happening.
okay. Bara, she sort of folds her hands together. She says, "Listen, Ichiro, buddy. I know that a lot's happened. You don't need to be afraid, though. Okay? Tayo and I, we're gonna be your new friends. All right? And friends look out for each other."
I will be right back.
Your speech was so good. He has to go. He has to go right years away.
You gotta contemplate a little bit.
Yeah, hearing this, or not hearing this, but sorry, you guys hearing him, you kind of have the full aroma of cooking, and the slight hint of tea making, rather warm, as the masked man, so to speak,
Tayo will
comes
sit
out.
down, by the way. Tayo will come in and sit down.
Yeah,
Still watching everyone, but
he places the tea on the table, but obviously not being big enough, he hands you the bowls of food, and they will be like kind of like simple food. Um, it is I would consider above average, especially that Abara is used to or Ichiro is used to, but it gets the job done. So it's not great food, but it's not bad. It's pretty good.
Okay. Would I be able to check this for poison?
I was gonna say I wait to watch everyone eat it first.
He definitely looking around starts just eating his meal without much patience. But yes, you can make a would it be a medicine check?
After he,
I'm also
okay.
proficient in. I don't have a poison kit, but I am proficient in poison kits.
I was gonna say, is there? I guess a survival.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I don't have, but that's okay. That's okay. We can do that instead.
As I see him take a bite of his, I kind of look at him and I just go, "Hey, can I have your bowl?"
Jeez, it doesn't matter. He kind of looks down and goes, "Sure," and just gives you his, and then kind of waits for does like the transaction.
No, yeah, I push mine over to him.
To which he just takes yours, just being happy about more food.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a fucking
I assume I don't think that it's poison, so I'll start eating it.
no. You can. I'll give you like 5 ingredients from it if you want. Jeez, man.
That's good.
He. Well, he's gonna finish first. He started first, but I guess all of you kind of finish around the same time. Tayo finishes first, realistically speaking. Or Ichiro. I don't know how happy you guys are to be downing this food. So,
Bara's pretty happy now that she knows it isn't poison.
yeah, all of you finish at around the same time. He introduces himself as Kai, being master of this estate. He kind of fills you in on what happened with your village, that it was burnt down. He kind of found you three surrounded by mysterious corpses, and kind of that whole thing while you guys were knocked out. Coming back to it though, he kind of gestures towards Ichiro's sword, Bara's book, and Tayo's arm, the one wrapped in chains. And he goes, "The one thing I wasn't really able to decipher is why those 3 objects have a different chakra signature than the rest of you. Do you guys know why? I'm very interested.
Ichiro will be like, well, I'm not entirely sure, but it's not my blade originally. If that would do
Interesting.
anything.
Bara takes her book out and flips through it, and seeing that it is not, it has the same binding, I assume, as her previous
Yes,
textbook.
on the outside it looks the exact same. On the inside, it is now mostly empty.
Okay. Bara says, yeah, no idea, no idea. And she puts the book away quickly.
I see. Tayo has been examining her arm, kind of flipping it over, and then looks at Kai and says, "Well, even if I did know, why would I tell you?"
He chuckles. Fair question. I was just, I'm just curious. Um, as for your guys' situation, the village, I guess you can go back to it. Most of the structures are gone though. Either rubble or just not livable. Structure wise, you guys can stay here for the meantime. Feel free.
Do you know if anyone got out?
As far as I know, they might have, but I only found you three there when I stopped by.
You wouldn't have left me like. Ichiro gets very quiet now.
Uh, Kai looks at you kind of empathetically, but not necessarily like sad for you. Just kind of understanding. Um, and he proceeds to say, "So yeah, I I do know of the village. I go there for groceries every once in a while, and yeah, like I said, I just found the three of you. As far
Would
as
I?
yeah,
Could I have seen him? Because I was pretty, like, I was pretty
you
active in the
you make a
town.
you make a history check, yeah.
Oh God, you gotta keep using my terrible. Actually, every time I say that, it turns out I actually have a positive in that stat. So I'm just gonna keep saying it, so I have positives in every stat.
That's how it works.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Nope, that's the
Just kidding.
wrong
That's not
dice.
how it works.
No, I accidentally put 29 instead of 20. Nope.
Yeah,
I was
you've
too busy
you
making swords
never
or
seen it before in your
whatever
life.
normal blacksmith.
Yeah, you don't
Horseshoes?
you don't really remember him. Um, yeah, yeah. Listen, I can provide you with food and a place to stay, and even some basic training. I see that you guys are at least kind of, well versed yourselves already. In exchange, I would like. I won't take them from you or anything. I know it's kind of hard because you guys don't know me, but I just wish to research these items further. Um, I wouldn't be giving you your lodging for free. In return, I would be expecting, uh, the research and to take notes and such things. But that is a deal that I'm offering.
Yeah. As soon as he finishes talking, Ty just goes, "So you're telling me that you're just gonna give us free food, a free place to stay, and did he mention training, by the way? Question mark. In
Yeah,
that speech. Okay.
mostly referring to Ichiro
Okay.
and Bara, since he didn't really know what Tayo does.
I got you.
Did he not say the giant fireballs she was holding when she walked in? Or he walked in?
Well, that's on her character model, but she did the fireball thing in the storage room.
Yeah,
when he walked in,
into the
yeah,
store.
because he peeked in, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, he waited for the knock. Oh, did you have it out here too?
Yeah,
I guess
I didn't have it out until he left. Yeah.
my bad. Then yes, he does. He does know all three of you. So I guess he was referring to all three of you. My bad.
So yeah, so Tao keeps going. She's like, so you're just gonna give us free food, free housing, free training, just to look at us and our items?
Yes. I don't. I'm sure you looked around. This house is, and this property is a bit more than ample for one person. I don't necessarily need all of it. Um, but yeah, I'm just very curious in your items. If Tell you what, if I was a new Chiha, I'd consider you two people. The chakra signatures don't match. It's nothing like I've ever seen before. And I've always been a man of knowledge and curiosity. Trust me, the information you are providing me by researching is a lot more than any food or bedrolls are going to cost me.
Tayo looks very uneasy, not, receiving things for free through her life. Just goes, listen, old man, I'm willing to do this for now, but if you make one wrong step, I'll burn you and this place to the ground.
You may burn me. I'm already scarred enough. And he kind of like looks at his bandages. Please leave the house out of this, though.
I just kind of scoff.
Ichiro will kind of look at Tayo like, really? There's no reason to be that aggressive about this situation.
Do you say that? Like, do you say that to me?
Yes.
Or are you saying, okay, I don't know if you're like inferring with a look. Yeah, as you say that.
No, he completely says that.
Okay, yeah, as you say that, I look back and I'm like, so, yeah, listen, I don't know where you come from or what your background is, sword man, but where I come from, people don't just hand things out for free, okay? And I'm not just going to put my trust in some geezer that found us unconscious.
Kai takes kind of offense to this. He isn't necessarily that old.
Oh, I thought he was
Ichiro
older. Does he look older?
No,
Or no?
He looks.
He's covered in
middle-aged.
bandages, so it'd be hard
He's
to
covered
tell.
in- It's hard to tell. I guess.
Okay,
the
I'll
only
say
one I
I'll
would
change
say
my
is-
terminology then, and not saying old, but say like this weird.
Oh no!
or something.
You can say old. He was just offended by
Well,
you saying old.
If I don't think he looks old, I didn't know what he like looked like to me. I mean, looking at that, I'll call him a geezer. That's fine.
I was like, he is
I'm
just
saying.
offended by it. He doesn't necessarily look old or is old. He's just wearing
Tayo.
bandages, so you can't really tell.
Okay.
After Tayo says that, Ichiro will be like, where I come from, we show respect for those who help us out. And he's not backing down at this point. He kind of is leaning on the table a bit more aggressively. Not like, I'm going to charge you.
No, yeah. I just kind of lean back, like very cocky. I'm just like, well, not everyone got handed free things throughout their life.
Hold up, I need to roll something.
Am I about to get attacked, bro?
Maybe. I'll let you decide.
Let me decide.
Evens or odds. You don't get to know which it is, but
Oh, I have to pick right now?
Yep.
Evens.
stands up abruptly. You will hold your tongue unless you want to lose it. And
Look,
he is taking a step towards
Towards
his
the
sword.
yeah. I'll wait till our Lord and Savior gets back to continue this, because he will probably, I'm assuming, step in.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You struck a nerve.
Listen, bro, Tayo had to work for it. Okay, she thinks she lived the roughest life, whether that's true.
Oh
or
no,
not.
I understand as a character.
No, yeah,
it makes total sense.
No, I get
but
it.
this is as a response as a character. It's very much this
that good.
maybe. Yeah, there was a chance he would have held his tongue. I'd have a very different interaction from how
I
it
feel
was
so
originally meant to go.
I feel so bad for poor Bara. She's just trying to keep everyone friends. Bara's like, we're all friends, guys, right? As we try to strangle one another.
Well, you try
No,
and
Bar's happy with this development. We'll
Oh,
get things out
okay.
of the way early.
Oh, it's just true. It's true.
yeah, if
That's-
there's only one
yeah.
person they have to take care of, less work, right?
Well, I don't think she wants that to happen, but
And I'm about to show you the warrior's wrath. So,
hey, listen, I won't be the only one with burn scars. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
yes. Burn scars on me would just look super cool. I'm already at 40.
You're like, I actually want
Look
you
at
to
my
burn me a
back.
little bit. That'd be so funny. That's such a funny moment. Just like, hey, Tayo, can you just like scorch me a little bit?
Second session, new character art.
Yeah.
Let's
Can
go.
you just scorch me a tad? Thank you.
I just remove your entire arm with the chains on it. New art for everybody.
We're really starting fresh.
But I'm almost 100% positive Ichiro could take you in a real fight.
Depends if you can get close or not.
All right.
I have a lot of ways of getting close.
What did we?
Well,
That's
I'm
an
gonna stop
interesting comment to come back to.
So, so Tayo made the comment, like kind of leaning back, cocky, like we weren't all handed free things in life, and Ichiro didn't take that very well, and stepped up and said, "You better hold your tongue." I believe is what you said.
Yeah, you better hold your tongue before you lose it. Taking
to which,
a very obvious step towards.
Yeah, to which I paused because I was like, God probably should be here for this.
Yeah. Kai kind of steps in between the both of you and just go, okay, you guys. I'm not saying you have to sleep in the same room. Okay, I'm not saying you have to sleep in the same general direction. Okay, I don't even say
in a
you have
room
to...
with a girl. How lewd.
He looks at
Kidding.
you and just goes,
I didn't
don't
say
know
that.
what you've
Ichiro
seen,
wouldn't
young boy.
say it. Ichiro would not say that.
I'm not even saying you guys have to get along. I am just providing you individually, not as a group, this deal. Okay? I'm just interested in your items. I would rather if you wanted to spar or fight, please do it outside and don't do it in my dining room.
That Ichiro will kind of, like, what's the word I'm looking for? He'll look like he realized, oh yeah, this isn't just some place. It's this guy's house, and take a step back and sit back down.
Tayo, sitting the whole time, just kind of gets a shit-eating grin, feeling like she won the situation, even though she really didn't. It was just kind of null and void.
With that, can I try something? I want to activate my Kuruagan and kind of just intimidate the crap out of her. Like, you did not win that trade.
What level do you get?
Oh, right. It's a level 3 thing. Never mind.
Yeah, you would not have it.
Disappointing. Can I just try and intimidate them then?
I
don't
think you would intimidate Tayo right now in this situation.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Because she really feels like because she just sat there all cocky and never even had to move. So she just feels like she won.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know intimidation.
He looks very upset though.
Well, regardless, you guys can stay here a couple days, and think about your decisions. I will provide, like I said, food and some training during those days while you guys think. I ask you kindly not to. You may go anywhere in this estate. I ask you kindly that you don't go into the shed that's up front. It's where I do most of my studies. A very private place. But other than that, you're free to move around, have what you will, and in a couple days, if you guys decide to accept or decline, we will be here.
Tayo, was there kind of beds where we started in like that shed place? Like, am I assuming that's my room, quote unquote?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. I sort of just stand up from the table. I just go, well, I guess I'll put some thought to it, and just walk out towards the shed. Just go back to my room.
After she leaves the room, Ichiro will stand up. Yes, I guess it's time I get serious, and grab his sword. If for nothing else, to prove a point that I wasn't handed anything except for a... And then it peels off. Is going to swing his sword outside. He is angry.
Angry boy.
Aura would like to sit down again. She says, okay, so just so I understand, the deal is you get to study these items. No experiments or anything like that, though. Nothing that could damage them.
No, in fact, I want to help you with them. I'm curious to know what they do and why they look the way they do.
Aura nods. All right. I think our group will accept your offer. I'll go need to convince them now, though. Thanks.
He chuckles and opens the door for you as you leave.
The level-headed one speaks for the group.
I think
Bar
Ichiro's
approaches...
pretty level-headed 90% of the time.
Well,
it's just...
But Bara would observe Ichiro for a minute as he's practicing with his sword there. Occasionally clapping if you do any particularly impressive maneuvers.
Yeah,
Not at all. This
Oh,
he
never mind.
is swinging his sword angrily like a child who got a stick. Does not know how to properly wield the sword yet. That is very much obvious.
All the same, Bara claps occasionally. After a little bit, she says, so listen, Ichiro, you're down with this deal, right? This guy could probably teach you how to use that sword even better. I mean, you're pretty good, obviously, but he might know a lot more than you.
You don't have to give me a compliment. And yeah, I'm fine with him training me to get serious about my goals in life anyways.
Perfect. Bara gets up and looks for Tayo.
And he will go back to swinging his sword less angrily, but still not good.
What's Tayo up to?
Tayo's probably fiddling with the chains. Just kind of sitting there, like, knowing it will hurt her if she pulls too much, so just kind of poking at them, like, messing with them, trying to figure them out.
There's no infection. I checked.
Yeah, I mean, no infection, but... And I kind of, gesture my arm and all the scarring. Doesn't look too hot. Or you could say it does look too hot.
Bara shrugs and says, yeah, I mean, the scarring it's not really pretty, but scarring is a natural part of the healing process. It's better that it scars than it doesn't. Trust me, it can get really bad if it doesn't scar.
I mean, I guess I'll take your word on it. It's alright, at least the rest of me's still pretty.
Bara grins and nods, and she says, yep, you two are certainly a delight for the eyes. Listen, I know you're kind of skeptical about this deal, but I talked with him a little bit. It sounds like he's kind of just a weirdo, and I think that we should take advantage of that.
Oh god.
You're playing into me, you son of a
I
bitch.
know, and it's so bad.
Oh.
I'm like, oh
You guys
no.
have
he's
created a
something.
monster.
Why
did we have to do this twice?
I look up
That's too
hearing
much power now.
you say the weirdo thing, and I'm like, well, you are speaking some sense. I kind of ponder for a second, and I'm like, well, I suppose free lodging and such isn't too bad. He better not try anything.
Bara nods and says, I think that we should put some alarms around our room just to be safe.
Now that's good thinking. I'm gonna get right on that. And I kind of walk over to the, I guess, bench, just looking for any kind of old cans or something I can like tape up for a little sound alarm.
Bara helps with this, and that's all Bara wanted to do, just to make sure that we're all on the same page.
All right. Is it safe to assume that all of you agree to this deal, at least for now?
Yes. At least I
Um,
do. I don't.
Yeah.
For at least the next few weeks, the weeks, or I guess the days turn into weeks, and the weeks turned into months. You guys have the dreams that you had that first day, kind of. So like they don't really mean much in terms of like what they're saying. You don't really remember that too well. Bara has nice conversations with her deity, so to speak, and she remembers them. But it's mostly just her. It's mostly just kind of Bara either reading her book to her or things of that nature, not necessarily trying to find out more. But every time you
Reading her
guys,
blank book.
yes, as if it
I
were
have other books too.
she has other books specifically that go to her character, but yeah, and after you wake up, you kind of intuitively gain some knowledge of your items, kind of like you just know it. You don't necessarily. It wasn't explained per se.
Quick question, God.
Yes.
When I'm waking up to my dreams, am I like the first time? Am I feeling some kind of pain, even if it's not severe? Does it still kind of almost singe a little bit, like every time I wake up, or
Not really.
Okay.
They're not great. They're not like you wouldn't wake up from them and be like, "Wow, I just had a great night's rest."
yeah,
But they're not as violent as they were.
the first one? Okay.
The only one to acknowledge would be Bara's, because Bara's are actually fairly delightful in her eyes, anyway. I think.
Okay.
Um, and she quite enjoys talking with her goddess. So
So Ichiro would not be sleeping in the same room because once again, that's lewd.
correct.
No,
They
no
would
way
not be
Taya would
sleeping in
allow
the room.
that.
Yeah, Taya wouldn't allow that either.
I'm surprised she allowed Bara.
I guess would you guys like to do anything during this time? Have any conversations with each other?
I'll say nothing in particular, but I think I would eventually, like after my like restless-ish nights, eventually to Bara at least, I would bring up the dreams. And would you tell me that you were also having dreams, or would you keep that a secret?
Bar would let you know that she was having dreams too, but she wouldn't frame it. The way she would frame it is, yeah, so uh, we're all part of a big story, right? And I think these dreams are a part of that. It's like, it's like foreshadowing.
Okay. Um,
How long does it
and
take, or does anyone tell Ichiro?
no, that's yeah. I'll get there. I promise.
Okay.
I'll make amends. I'll make amends. But yeah, with this chat, because I would mention the fact that I have this like deity creature in my dreams. Would you mention that or no? Would you be like, that's weird? I won't. I wouldn't even be insight checking you. It's just like a straight up like, how do you feel, or what do you? What would you tell me?
Okay.
She is
Bar,
cautious around the wrong people.
um,
Hey,
Bar
Bara
says,
sucks up to her a little bit.
yeah, yeah, it's definitely it matches a lot of the pictures of like old deities and old gods and stuff. I mean, who knows what it is though, you know? The world's a big place. Could be anything.
Okay. With us having like that type of conversation, I would then like probably the next day, go to Ichiro and be like, look, I know we started off bad, but are you having these dreams too? And then go into the whole explanation of like what's been happening with me.
Do you describe what your god looks like?
Yeah,
They're fairly blurry. You don't
fairly
know
fuzzy.
Oh,
detail-wise.
Okay.
You can tell
I
like
would describe the color then probably. I'd
I was
assume.
gonna say color, and like gender.
Okay,
I
yeah, I would
guess
just be like,
you
it's
could
this
define.
giant girl in red.
Yeah. Bara does actually remember her deity though. Pretty.
Ichiro is kind of like, huh, mine was a big man in green, I think. But yeah, I'm having similar-ish dreams. I don't remember much, though.
Yeah,
A lot of yelling about I'm not doing enough push-ups.
that's funny. Mine just likes to try to burn me. Yeah, I
He
mean,
looks very worried.
I don't even like. I'm not even acknowledging your looks. Just like yeah, I guess that Bara girl's right. We're connected in some way. Look, if we have to be a team, then I'm not opposed. Just know I don't take lying well. And with that, she kind of just turns to walk off. Not even like you can say something, but she's not even really giving you a chance to respond. Just kind of
Ichiro
walking away.
will kind of say something, not like completely under his breath. Like he's trying to make it where you hear him, but it sounds like it's under his breath at the same time. Just don't talk bad about my family again. And he will walk off the other direction.
Okay, so loud enough for Tayo to hear it though.
Yeah, but trying to act like it was
Yes.
under his breath.
I gotcha. Okay, yeah, Tayo walks off and takes that. I'm good. That would be my stuff.
All right.
He's trying to act cool.
Yeah. So you guys get innate abilities with these items. Ichiro becoming better at swordcraft.
Really know
Bara,
how to swing it.
the Bara maybe not realizing it, does get better at medicine with the help of Kai. Tayo, fortifying her own jutsu, that she has created, and so on. Like I said, the days kind of turn into weeks, the weeks turn into months.
We eventually learn more about our good old
Yeah.
sensei.
Our boy
So
Kai.
yeah, so Kai, you can kind of tell from stories here and there, and you each kind of chat with each other and compare notes from different stories he tells to different parts. You can gather he was once the Mizukage's he was the Shadow Mizukage's husband at one point.
He was disdained by the land of, or by the island specifically, for being a Hyuga, which now you have gathered, seeing his eyes and kind of being more around him and so on. That he was part of the main branch, but resents them. They resent him back. With this whole Konoha Land of Fire situation, the Hyuga is in um, distraught, so to speak. Um, he did have a daughter. He had a wife. Due to the hostility of the islands, war-torn tension, and all that stuff, the Shadow Mizukage unfortunately passed away on a mission. And the daughter of the Shadow Mizukage and Kai here, unfortunately passed away from a disease that he also had, which is why he is bandaged up. That the Shadow Mizukage, he doesn't typically mention her name, just kind of refers to her as her, or beloved, or things of that nature.
That doesn't get confusing when he's talking about his daughter as well. Kidding.
But yeah, his daughter does have a name. His daughter's name is Akili. Yeah. And yeah, for most parts, he doesn't really like the authoritarian type of behavior that people have with power, and the whole like continent has with their strength and ninjutsu and all that. That's what controls the world. He doesn't typically see it that way. He sees things more along the lines of knowledge and curiosity.
Knowledge.
Yeah. Can two group checks, one group persuasion check, and one group history check.
I would
Pretty
also.
sure I'm good at neither of those, so let's go.
It'd be like that. You said persuasion.
Yeah, one persuasion, one history.
Okay, it's persuasion.
I'm okay at
The
history.
19 would actually be a 20 then, if it's history.
Okay.
And history is. I'm good at history.
Oh, actually, I am too. It's actually a 23. Oh, that's funny. Oh, 23 too.
So, that's actually insane. 7, 7, 23,
and
23. Yeah.
All right, and then Ichiro.
Okay,
That's
Ichiro, you
one
have
try.
to get a 7 and a 23.
I cannot get a 23.
God damn it.
I could get a 22.
I'll count it.
Here's my
Yeah, I'll count it.
perception. Here's my perception.
Double. We're still.
Well, 7 plus 7 does equal 14.
Yeah, just get a 40.
Got him.
Just a 46. No biggie. I would be kind of pressuring Kai this whole time. Maybe not pressuring, but at least on a weekly basis, questioning him about this shed. Seeing as that's like the only real secret he seems to be keeping from us. It just doesn't sit well with Tayo, so she would be bringing that up a lot until he explains it.
Yeah.
If he does.
Ichiro would try and change the topic as much as possible if he's in this situation. He's like, how about this?
Yeah, you guys don't learn much. He goes. You never really see him go out and then go into there.
Okay.
You assume he does it at night. He's very tight-lipped about what he does, just referring to it as studies.
Can I stay up one night and try to watch him do it? Or watch him go in?
Sure. As for the persuasion, yeah, that's what you get from that one. For history, though, the other thing for the persuasion, I guess, would be you guys probably do kind of try to convince him one way or another to see what he looks like.
Yes, sir.
Which he doesn't really show.
Okay.
He typically doesn't really like it. He doesn't really show that he's like embarrassed by it, but maybe ashamed would be a better word.
None of us are good at persuasion. Got it.
Yeah, he doesn't typically like it. As for history, you're aware with decent history checks. Yeah, the Hyuga before the current conflict that has been happening with the Land of Fire and their clans kind of running amok.
Great schism or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, you have heard, and this was a very popular story because the Hyuga are a very popular clan, and two, a very popular tight-lipped community. So when any news gets out about them, everyone knows. but they had a traitorous child who did not follow or agree with the likes of like the main and side branch. He just believes whoever had the strength of knowledge, and that knowledge and cautiousness should lead as opposed to just your bloodline or your strength. Being which he does state a lot, that being well prepared and having all the answers before getting into a fight or a discussion is always the key to ruling. Again, not bloodline or anything of the sort. As for the shed situation, sure, you can stay up one night.
Yeah, I would stay up and kind of watch him go in, and then try to like go in behind him.
Would I be able to, like, what would I have to roll to see this happen? Because Ichiro is very much like, don't do that.
Yeah, it depends. How are you getting out of your room?
So yeah, in my head, I'm waiting till like, do we ever hear him walk out there? Like, so I have an idea of the time that he usually does this, or like I have no info.
Not
at all?
really. He's fairly quiet.
Okay, I would
In a completely different building.
Then I would literally just like stay out one night, like when everyone else would go to bed, I'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna like hang out here, and I'd kind of like sit over here by the water or whatever, until it gets like dark, and I like can make sure everyone's asleep, and then kind of just like hang out over here, maybe just like watching around the corner, see
Okay.
if I can catch.
Yeah. You can.
To be like, boop.
You can try. You can roll stealth.
I mean, I do know he's Hugo, but we'll see what happens.
This
would be something she would do because she just wants to know. She doesn't like.
Yeah, you definitely roll it with disadvantage. I just have to see what he gets.
Lamau.
Where are you? There you go.
So I'm just rolling stealth at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry about that.
Get fucking smoked. One more for the boys back at home. Okay.
Yeah.
Fail.
He, as he's kind of walking, he does look back, and you can tell he's looking directly at you. And he kind of like waves his hand, being fairly aware of your presence, but deciding not to indulge further.
If he waves at me and I like it's very obvious he sees me,
yes.
I would just step out and go to him and kind of try to talk to him for a second.
Sure.
So just kind of walk over and be like,
I was like, man has 500 feet of
I know.
You weren't.
I needed like double nat 20s there.
Yeah.
Look, Kai, I appreciate everything you do for us, but I think I've made it clear I'm not a big fan of lying in secrets, and I just don't like that you just go in there every day, just being all secretive.
I've never once lied. I'm pretty good about lying.
Well, okay.
They are just. I mean, they're just studies. I prefer to be alone during my studies.
Well, is there a specific reason we can't see it?
Yes, it pertains to some private research that doesn't really pertain to you. It pertains to my family.
I mean, I've been training with him at this point, so I know he'd beat my ass if I tried to do anything. So I just kind of, fine, but I'm gonna figure out what's in there one day. I kind of look at him like somewhat, because in my head we have been together a while before I do this.
Yeah.
So somewhat smirking, just like I'm gonna figure this out one day. Like not threatening, just kind of.
Yeah. Roll an intelligence check.
Okay. Just flat intelligence.
Also,
Yeah, just flat.
just mention, no matter where we are, as his Byakugan activated, he can see us.
Oh yeah, I know.
I measured it out. There is no possible way.
Oh, that's what you.
It is 230 feet.
Yeah, never mind.
Okay.
But yeah, he just seems very tight-lipped. He is just very private about that area.
Does he react to me like trying? Because this is more me like trying another tactic. But like, does he react to me like grinning about like trying to be somewhat jokey about like I'm gonna figure out what's in there, or he just kind of deadpans it?
Yeah, he just deadpans it.
Okay. I just whatever.
He kindly escorts you back to your room.
I was about to say, if he tries to escort me, I'd kind of turn around and walk off a little bit and be like, I can go back myself.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he can follow me, but
I was like,
just...
he does follow next to you.
Okay. I walk all the way through and just walk back into my room, avoiding my noise traps. Walk
He
Ichiro
into my
is
bed.
also
asleep
doesn't.
when you walk in.
Yeah, he also doesn't hit them at all, surprisingly.
I get annoyed. Oh, wait, does he follow me into the house?
No. He
Oh,
just
okay.
stops here.
Just right there. Okay.
I was assuming the traps are like here.
Oh no.
No, yeah, we have
our
like in
our
here.
traps would be like on our room. Like when we
Oh,
close
okay.
the door,
Then
we
never
can
mind.
put them up. Yeah,
Okay,
that's the
then-
idea.
Oh yeah, did you guys tell Ichiro about the traps?
No shot.
No,
Actually,
they're mostly activated like while we're sleeping. Like they're not like just always there.
yeah, we take them down every morning.
All right.
Who wakes up the earliest is my next question.
Probably Bar.
Not Tayo.
Yeah, probably Bar. Bar probably wakes up.
Probably Bar. Because Ichiro's kind of a night owl, so he's up late into the night and then goes to sleep from like 3 o'clock to like 10.
Fair enough. Yeah. So you guys spend some time training. One day he kind of meets you at your dorms, or at least at kind of like the door area, and addresses. Yes. So I've been telling you about kind of mission activity per se that I need you guys to do. The training we've done has been very fruitful, and the research I've done even more so. You guys seem to have a good idea of, your powers and your items. I think, as far as training here goes, I'm sure there's a bit more to do, but I think it's better if you get some on-the-job experience.
Finally.
Yeah. Tomorrow, we will be setting off for the Namida Casino.
As soon as Tayo hears the word casino, she just lights up.
And Ichiro does the exact opposite. He looks super like, oh no. I feel like I know about your addiction at this point.
Kinda. I don't think I would have talked about me gambling. You would probably assume the opposite, because you know my background of my parents' gambling issues. But gambling runs in the family. Smile.
Then can I roll a perception check to see if I notice this glowing?
That's why she's not hiding it. You see it.
Okay, then never mind.
It's apparent. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah. So tomorrow, at dusk we'll be setting off. It's a decently long trip. We need to get there by dusk. We'll be setting off tomorrow morning. Take the day to do what you will. I will get some supplies for you guys.
Wait, Kai. When you say casino,
Yes.
do you mean like we're gonna get to go to the casino, like, and participate at the casino?
The casino has neutrality, and it doesn't necessarily have many age rules. But he just sighs.
My grin's getting wider with every word he says.
I will provide some funds, and we will get there earlier than I was hoping, unfortunately. And yes, you guys can do some gambling if you want to.
Yes, thank you so much, Kai. Thank you so much. I have not been able to gamble for a while, and I have been fiending.
Ichiro looks worried.
He gives you the items that you have in your inventory, including.
Can I also request 2 smoke bombs?
Yes, he gives you the smoke bombs as well.
Nice.
Does anybody have a particular thing they want or anything besides smoke bombs?
I just would request whatever is in my inventory. So combat jacket, quarterstaff, flash tag, explorer's pack, and medicine.
Yeah, the quarterstaff and the medicine stuff you would have had already, and he gets you a combat jacket.
Quick question. This is more like story wise. Because I have a book full of teachings from your master. are we gonna say this is like maybe a book he gave me that talks about like fire jutsu or something like that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and then I have a last letter that I received from my master. But I would assume this wouldn't be from him. Like,
No, it would be from the people you were with when the village burnt down.
Okay.
I'm guessing. That was on your. You found that on your clothes, slightly singed
When
because
I
it
woke
was
up.
closer to your right side.
Okay.
But still intact, and you can read it. It's not from him.
Okay. Cool. That's all you know.
All right. So he leaves, kind of like at dusk, to go get your supplies. Does the day just continue?
Because I'm assuming this is the first time he's left us alone in his house, right?
He's gone some other times before, and some of you go with him. But yes, for the most part, this is the first time he's like gone during the nighttime.
All right. When he leaves, I would like to go check the lock of the thing down here.
Does Ichiro see this? Like, how stealthy are you being about
Oh,
it?
I'm not being super stealthy about it because he's not here, at least in my head. So I'm just kind of trotting along.
He will try and stop you here.
Oh, hey, listen, you don't know what I'm doing, okay? I'm just walking around.
Yeah.
Fair. He will try and stop you here. Because at this point, he can kind of guess.
Hey, what's up, Ichiro?
What are you doing?
Well, I mean, Kai's gone, and you know, I'm not a big fan of secrets, and I kind of just wanted to give that place a little check. And I, gesture over towards the shed.
Okay. So, our sensei leaves, and the first thing you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
You muted.
You're muted.
It muted.
First thing you do, correct. I do it.
I do the first thing I do. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
You're good.
The first thing you do is try and break into his stuff. I thought you were all about truth and not lying.
I am, and I never lied. He knows I want to see what's in there, and frankly, he's the one hiding things from us, and I also never said I was breaking in. I just wanted to go see if it happened to be open. Which is all truthful. I am not lying right now.
Yes, but going behind his back is as good as lying.
Well, I think there's a difference when my intentions are very clear with him that I want to get in there.
Okay.
Do what? You kind of went in and out. He steps closer. Silently.
Oh, hold up. You guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Okay, my intentions are very clear. I'm going to steal from you tonight, and he takes a step closer.
I look very confused. I said, "You're going to steal from me tonight?" I kind of chuckle. Just go, "Okay, steal what? Everything I get is from Kai anyway. I don't have anything else on me."
Okay, now I gotta think for a second.
Got him.
Okay.
I would say
I
I'd
know what he does.
probably take a step while you do this if that affects your decision making.
Kind of look back to you with a mischievous grin, and it's like, I guess you'll just have to wait and find out.
I do feel a
There's
little
no
uneasy.
idea what he's going to steal.
Yeah, I feel a little uneasy, but just go, "Oh, okay, man, for sure." And I make my way over to tug on this door if I'm not getting stopped anymore.
Laura,
Yeah.
why are you here?
Oh yeah, Bar's watching this.
All right.
I tug on the door a little
Ichiro,
bit. Oh, well, there you go. Y'all can talk. You can go for it.
Chiro actually does walk up and be like, "Why are you out now?" Like a
To me?
heavy sigh.
Oh, Bar says, just making sure my good friends are getting along. At this point, has Taya established that there's a lock on the door there?
Yes.
Okay, does it look like she's gonna try to do something with it?
Does it look meltable?
You
Because we are trained at this point.
If I see so much as a glint of light
No,
over there.
I told you the truth. I'm examining the lock right now. She did not lie about her intentions. I'm examining the lock right now.
It would take a lot to melt it.
Okay.
It's a sturdy lock.
Okay.
It is seen a lot of use, so it's not like brand new.
And what kind of door is this? Like, is it just like a wooden door?
Yes, and it is reinforced like by like some metal, but for the most part, yeah, it's a wooden door.
Okay. As I tug, I do walk away. Because Tayo did not lie. She was wanting to examine and see what she was possibly up against in the future. And just starts walking back to her thing.
Satisfied, Bara will give Ichiro a wink and head back to the room before Time gets there.
Okay. So
You
I
look
never
very
see you.
confused and flustered with the wink.
To be clear, Bara winks at you guys a lot.
Yeah,
It's
she
not
does.
an unusual thing.
And it gets Ichiro flustered every time. It's not like a.
Perfect.
Perfect.
He's just that guy.
Oh,
Which makes
man.
his thievery, I'm thinking about planning, very, very funny.
Tayo keeps walking forward. Oh, hey, I didn't even realize you were still out here, Ichiro.
Yeah, sorry.
No.
You know me, I don't like going to bed that early anyways.
No, all good.
He seems flustered like you would normally see when he's around Bara and she winks at him like she does everybody.
Okay. As I just go, well, like I said, I wasn't lying to you, just wanted to see what was going on. And just start walking to the door.
So, after about whenever I think is a reasonable time for her to be asleep, I'd like to try and sneak into the room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We
He
do
was
have
not
sound
lying
traps.
I was
either.
gonna say, are the sound traps active?
Oh, they
yeah.
stay active.
Basically, once we're both in there, I imagine every night we set up. Like, my idea for it is that, like, if anything happens with the door,
Yeah.
there's like, you know, what Naruto did with like the
Oh, like the eraser? Yeah.
yeah, like, that's the thing. Like a bunch of stuff that just like falls over and like creates a bunch of noise, basically.
Okay.
And Ichiro would not know about this because he's
Yeah.
had no reason yet.
I have a follow-up question.
Okay.
Are we technically level 3 at this point?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so, right? Yeah, 'cause
Activating.
it's training.
Is activating his eyes. So I get dark vision, chakra sight, and future sight, but only if I use a bunch of actions and stuff. So
I'm gonna go to the bathroom because Tayo's just sleeping, so and she has no reason to try to stay awake, so unless she gets woken up. But you can continue. I'll be right back. I have headphones on.
Okay.
Sure. You can
So
see
after activating my Karua Magan, do I see these traps?
they don't have chakra signatures since it's just a bunch of things.
They do have dark vision. Means
Well,
I can-
but you wouldn't see them because they're behind the door.
Disappointing, but fair.
Yeah, if you had true sight, I'd given it to you, but you know.
Counterpoint, if I use
Uh-huh.
my action for every 6 seconds to see the future, could I notice the traps before I open the door, like falling, kind of like that?
You you don't really have a reason why you would do that.
My
was
reasoning
that was a
is-
bit of metagaming. You have to give me a pretty good reason why you're activating this high of a jutsu to open a door.
My man's like, I'm gonna
My reason is, if I get caught doing what I am thinking about doing, I will be burned alive. Because let's just say he's not thinking about doing anything
He's not
relatively
wrong.
pleasant.
Okay, that's sure. In my mind, you are seeing future sight if they're awake, I guess.
So only if they're awake. Okay.
Sure, I just accidentally closed out of the book. God damn it. What is it? Let me reopen it. I was literally just looking at the. So
I actually don't know if it gives me chakra sight now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't really. Yeah. It wouldn't have.
Which is
mattered.
interesting.
So you are using it. Let's being at 3rd level for around 10 minutes.
Oh wait, I can't do that either because I can only use an ability equal to my wisdom modifier a number of times. That's right. For a rest, so I can only use it twice. So that was null and void. I'm just opening the door.
You're just
Silently.
opening the door silently.
So I'm trying to be stealthy. But I don't know.
Sure. As you open the door, you hear a loud crash of various items. Definitely waking up Tayo and Bara.
Tayo wakes up.
Whether they choose, I guess it was a very loud sound. I guess you can fake being asleep, but they're both definitely.
Oh, no, I would hear it, and yeah, I would pop up. I was like, that's why I would pop up and immediately like pop my motes around me, just out of fear of it being like a bad guy, because I would assume no one else would be breaking into the room.
Bara would put on her acid armor as well.
Yeah, so like immediately I pop up and I just and you see these 4 like fiery motes just flying around me. And I turned to Bara, I guess not seeing anything. Would we have had a chance to see him, or did he just noise happen, gone?
Noise happened, gone, but I don't know if you could still roll a perception check or what.
What did you do for the noise happen gone thing? Did I not read that part?
He deleted himself off the map. Oh no, he's up by the trees.
I'm hiding in the trees.
I see you over here. That's funny.
So you opened the door, heard a crash, and then you booked it. Is what I'm getting.
Yep. Like immediately.
We would have at least heard steps running away then, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
You're definitely not gonna get a great luck here, but I'll allow it. You can roll a stealth versus Bara and Tayo's perception.
Bara, please don't say anything if you see me. Please.
She's awake, brother.
Yeah, but just because she's awake doesn't mean she has to say.
She get absolutely bodied.
Say anything.
Yes,
just
I didn't see anything.
And we'll be fine.
I didn't see anything. All right, I guess I would pop up and turn to you immediately. Oh, okay. See if you beat my 3. Does your stealth get anything? Because this would be really funny if you went lower than a 3.
I think I have a 2-minute just because my dexterity.
If we tie, do we just flip a coin? Or is it like meter beat for AC?
I think it's meter beat. I think is stealth meter beat? I actually don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Don't say anything. I will
would that,
do a life net.
I was gonna say, would that be a 20? Is it -2? And Magic's
Oh,
not
it's positive too. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I accidentally clicked.
No, you're good. I was just making sure.
Yeah, Tayo would pop up and just go, "Who's there?" Popping her flames into the air, seeing nothing.
Yeah,
still groggy.
Bara catching a glimpse, definitely hearing loud footsteps that are fairly similar to Ichiro's, and seeing the wrapped up executioner's sword leaving in rather a hurry.
Sure. And I mean, I was eavesdropping as to their conversation earlier.
Yes.
Bara, she does freak out initially and activate her acid armor, like I said. But she looks over at Tayo and says, okay, so listen, don't freak out, but I think Ichiro was just trying to like mess with you because I think he thought that you were being shady earlier with, something or another.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh.
Opens up the door in a rush. Did anyone see where that cat went?
I turned to you with like glowing eyes, and my fire like as hot as you've probably seen it before.
Bara just says, "Not in that. No, don't burn down our bedroom. Go outside."
I stomp out
as he runs out the door.
I
feel
stomp
the need
out.
to mention it is dark, and you do not have dark vision.
I do have fire all around me, so I feel like at least around me, it's
are
not dim.
There are lights. I guess
not.
if he goes into the forest,
then nothing. Yeah.
Sure, but she is holding fire motes.
I am grasping for straws here as to keep Ichiro alive.
Yeah, you can definitely see further than she can, but yeah, she's not blind.
I step forward. I'm pretty angry at this point because I at no point thought this would happen. And I take one of my motes. And I mean, you'll probably see me do this in training, I'm sure. How far can I do this? 30? So I was like, I'm just trying to hit the tree. Okay, knowing you walk to the forest, I just aim for the first tree I see.
Oh God, no.
Wherever 30's at. All right, there's 30. All right, I step up right here, and I just go ahead and chunk one of my motes. Like, you see my hand throw forward, and I just throw a mote at this tree right here. Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay, I guess roll a hit.
Okay.
Can we use my AC, which is much higher than this possible tree's?
I'm not aiming for you. I'm aiming for the tree, brother.
Yeah, if he was aiming for you, I'd be like, well, that'd be tough. But
let's see, +3. Our proficiency's 3, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I would hope a 17 hits this
cool.
tree.
Yeah, that hits a standing tree. Yeah.
Yeah,
the
standing
tree.
right behind.
The tree. I almost immediately just engulfs into flames. Seeing her jutsu work around wood and organic matter before, you can tell that it eats it up pretty quickly, and it is starting to move towards you. At least the fire is.
And I'm just standing here. I'm not moving. I'm just watching this tree burn.
As he runs off this way, doesn't feel too good to have other people. Oh. Why did I do that?
Rip Ichiro.
But
He's gone forever. He's dead.
wait, hold up.
In the void.
Dang, that was a really short campaign.
And
Aha,
thus,
got him
the
back.
campaign of Tayo and Barbie. Oh, okay.
As he's running by, it doesn't feel too good to have other people go through your stuff now, does it?
Wherever the last sound you make is, which you can say wherever that is, because I'm assuming I'm not
Probably
seeing
right
it through the
about
woods. Okay.
Probably about here.
If it was there, then I throw my next mote at this tree. For my second one, I just chunk it, yelling, "I didn't even look at his stuff," as I throw the mote at the tree.
I didn't even look at your stuff. As he comes out now, not trying to hide anymore.
Yeah, that tree is also engulfed in flames.
All right.
Can you please stop burning down his forest?
Bold statement. To which I'm getting pretty frustrated since you feel like not.
It is the exact same situation. You have no. Or at least Anichiro's perspective.
As a human, I see where you're coming from, but Tayo does not. Now
it's time for the "you cannot touch me."
Bara will sort of she tries to gesture to Tai. She won't touch her. But she says, "Hey, listen, maybe I should mediate here."
I turn. I seeing almost nothing but red. I'm like, sure, if you think you can stop that peeping Tom. Fire just glowing brightly.
We're not much better.
Bara will step forward about halfway. She calls out to Ichiro and says, "Hey Ichiro, I get what you did, but you know it's not the same, right?"
It is exactly the same.
No, it's not. You see, we're your friends. You don't spy on your friends, but this Kai guy, we don't really know him. He made it pretty clear that he's interested in our items, not us. He might be a good guy, he might not be, but he's not your family. We're your family.
Hearing her say this, especially the family thing, my fire dims like quite rapidly. It doesn't go away, but it does dim because I've never heard anyone call me that in a long time.
Ooh, this one's tough because you touched the nerve, but I can't figure out how. If you touched it, good way or bad way. How long have we known each other at this point? 3 years, right?
I'll actually, I think that's probably a bit of a lengthy one. I'll say like, at this point, it's been like a year and something.
Whoa.
Yeah, we'll say this is the first time the F word has been used.
This is the first time the F word's been used. It's been like, we'll say like a year and a half.
It probably is the first time the F word has been used, although Bara thinks it all the time, so this is not an unusual statement.
Can I get, this will be for the span of the year, can I get both of you to roll me a persuasion check? Because if it's good, he'll go a different way than if it's bad.
What am I persuading you, bro? I'm still looking at you angry.
No, this is for, like, over the year we've known each other. I assume we're not always at each other's.
I got you, yeah.
Could I get advantage since I feel like Bara like
I was gonna
tries
say,
to be as good as possible and really tries to play to your interests?
DM is okay with advantage, but player versus player rules, y'all do it.
was like, listen,
That makes
Tayo
sense.
has been trying to like make amends this whole time. She thought we were chill up until this point.
And we probably were for the most part.
But I got you. 16.
Waiting for that second roll from Bara.
Yeah,
Oh,
very good.
so I am getting it. All right.
Each
There
with
it
a
is.
yes smile. The double
2
16s.
16s. Yeah, that's pretty good.
He'll take this. Like,
Yep.
Seeing that Tayo has not incinerated Ichiro yet, Bara
I was like,
says,
I'm just staring. I'm just standing there right now.
so, yeah, I think we're all a little bit stressed. We're about to head out for the first time and, maybe danger, maybe fun at this casino place or whatever. So we'll just chalk this up to, pre-mission jitters. How about it?
Sorry, Tayo go first. Tayo lowers her fire, dropping her orbs, and they just kind of dissipate into the air. I would assume with these trees still glowing with a beautiful purple fire.
Yeah, no one has put out the trees.
Yeah. But I not caring about the trees. Just start walking back. And as I walk back to the room, kind of passing. A few ways I can do this, huh? As I'm passing, I just say, family wouldn't spy on one another. And I walk into the room, going to my bed and just laying down.
anyone hear what I said?
No.
Oh,
I did
God. It was really good, too. Okay.
Do I need to reset Tayo?
Maybe.
Okay. Was this before I moved?
Okay. It was when he was starting to move.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'll go back to now I gotta remember exactly what he said. I just don't see the point in pretending like he's some sort of secret boogeyman. He's been nothing but kind to us for over a year now. If he wanted to do something, I feel like he would have had the chance before when we were at our weakest.
Yeah, hearing the logic, so I guess kind of resetting back to where we were. Tayo's fire does now drop. To which she kind of just starts walking to the house like last time. Just goes, he may have been nice so far, but I've had plenty of people start nice in my life and not quite finish that way. And if we were family, we wouldn't be spying on one another. And I walk in and get in my
Kind
bed.
of like he'll kind of take a step and like be like, wait, but he won't say anything. But he's like,
I'll just keep walking.
yeah, he looks like he wants to say something more, and then he'll kind of look at Ara, be like, can you talk to her? So you have a better reputation with both of us than we have with each other.
Bara looks at the burning trees. Do I think that a forest fire is about to start? If someone put this out.
Yeah,
Ichiro
it's
will also look back at them.
It's very plausible the forest fire will start if it's not
He's
out
starting to go.
Bara says, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Hey, could you go grab a bunch of buckets of water and throw them at the trees, okay?
As the one who
does
started the
that.
fire lays in her bed.
Does Ichiro? Did Ichiro say agree to my request?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he would do that.
Okay. Bara heads back. She does not speak to Tayo tonight, seeing that would probably not be a good idea. She does set up the traps
call.
again, and just goes to sleep afterwards. I guess I'll set up the traps, and I'll let Tayo know that I've set up the traps again, and then I'll go to bed.
Yeah, I don't even look at you, but I do say, I just kind of go, thanks. Almost a little more sincere and genuine than I think you've heard from Tayo before. Almost a little more emotional in it. And kind of just lays in her bed and turns over.
All right, that's it for Bara. Oh, my acid armor disappears eventually.
All right. Well,
No, you stay right
Ichiro
up.
is
mechanically trying to put out fires for the rest of the night.
Ichiro successfully puts out the fire.
We need a Smokey the Bear meme. Only Ichiro.
Only Ichiro
Put
can
out
stop
forest
forest fires.
So true.
Because no one will help him.
Kai comes back.
Noticing a crap ton of burnt trees.
Yeah.
I'm
Noticing,
probably still putting out the fires at this point. We're just getting done.
here. So Ichiro has fallen asleep. Right there. Kai, kind of looking around, seeing burnt trees, picks Ichiro up, and puts him in his bed. When he gets back, right, like the sun is still not up, but it's definitely like about to be. And he just goes to his room. Both everybody gets a full night's rest. Everybody gets their chocolate and health and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Good RP. I like it.
And yeah, so you guys wake up that morning. Kai surprisingly doesn't mention the forest fire. Kai really just does not want to know.
Ichiro looks very upset, like doesn't make eye contact with Kai for this entire day.
Yeah, he just kind of tells you some details about the casino, where it's located, what it looks like, things like that, how to, stuff of that nature. He is interested in your items, and at this point does have a connection to you, but not necessarily like extremely, like.
Tayo does trust him at least more than she initially did.
Yeah, he does trust you guys, and he does see you guys as like students. But he tries not to get in between internal affairs between the two of you, or the three of you. So
It's definitely just the two of us, as far as on the good side of everybody.
Yeah. So for the most part, he kind of cleans up the trees, making sure there's no embers that could potentially restart it. And during that afternoon, you guys make your way over to the Namida Casino.
People pog.
Hold on.
Party time!
DM will see if you guys are still there, because like this will be the first time you guys are there. But like if there's like some tokens that maybe look like y'all that maybe you're not supposed to be.
What? This is totally the first time we're there. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'll say as we're going, Tayo would
there
definitely
is no
just,
fourth wall.
Like be kind of ignoring Ichiro the whole time, but like everything goes away when we do pull up to the casino. Like she just gets happy.
During that trip, Ichiro is definitely trying to talk to her occasionally.
Yeah, she's just ignoring you. I mean, like she can hear you obviously, but she's not responding to anything.
Yeah.
In a wall.
And that's more of a walkway.
Oh, it's a walkway, not a wall. Never mind. I'm not
no. I think theoretically it's supposed to be a wall, but I don't want it to be a wall. I want it to be a walkway. Hypothetically speaking, of course. So, yeah. You guys will, you guys come up to the door. Kai gives you 200 Ryu each.
I am just ecstatic as he hands me this money.
To go.
Ara. Sorry, never mind.
Yeah, he points to a sign that's like right here, and just goes, "Yeah, I'm not allowed in." The sign just reads, "No Inazukas, no Hyugas," and the owner of this casino is a stickler to rules, so I'm going to remain outside. We came here early for this reason, so just meet up in a few hours or so out here, and the owner will meet us. Excuse me. The owner will meet with us eventually and give you the task on your missions. As for now, have fun. This is your first time being outside of my estate in a while, so a warning: don't try to cheat. Not that I think you guys would.
Yeah, I look super upset as he says this, implying I would cheat.
Not that I think you guys would. To be clear, just it's in your best interest not to.
I actually look inquisitive at him now, and I'm like, I just want to go gamble, Kai.
Yeah, he
I guess the doors just kind of open, and you guys walk in.
I say Tayo will sprint in. Ichiro, if you want to say anything to Bara. I won't
Yeah,
be there.
Ichiro would kind of like grab Bara and hold her up for a second. Hey, can you give this to Tayo and say it's from me? She's not really talking to me right now. And he will hand her 100 Rio.
That's so. Mara says, "Oh, that's so sweet." She doesn't accept it though. She says, "But yeah, nothing for free, right?"
He will hand over 110 Rio.
Or like stares at him and blinks. She says, "No, I mean, she wouldn't accept the money. She
Yeah.
doesn't like free things. Remember? You should really pay attention to these things, or else you'll never get a girlfriend."
What I don't. How does that have to do with anything right now?
Mara
And-
shrugs and says, "Just saying," and continues on, ignoring the, I imagine, flustered Ichiro.
Very flustered, trying to run back, and then eventually he will walk up to Tayo and be like, "Consider this an investment," and hold out 100 Rio.
I grab it, and put it in my little pouch. I'm like, oh, don't worry, I'll have double this back to you by the end of tonight.
And then he'll look over at Bar like, yeah, doesn't accept anything for free, and walks off. Actually, he's going to set his sword down and then walk off.
Yeah,
She's happy that they're getting along. She looks over at Tayo and says, "Hey, you're really good at this stuff, so I'll just follow you around. How about that?"
Yeah, I mean, I have been told on occasion. And I kind of speedily strut over. Do you have something to say, God?
No, just to reiterate for the first time.
For the first time, yes.
Spots will be
First time. There is no
red-
fourth wall.
Nope, the red panda, right here. The ones with the arms up, in a slot motion. The 5 tables here are going to be blackjack. There's a bar section here, and then a roulette table all the way up at the top with the giant red panda head kind of looming over everyone. And that will be that. You guys.